All right, welcome back. It's time to head to the football pitch now. English goalkeeper Dean Henderson has broken his silence on his loan exit from Manchester United. The 25-year-old joined Nottingham Forest in July on a season-long loan. Henderson has hit out at Man Utd, detailing his frustration while being on the bench last season.
The conversation I had coming out of that Euro squad was, you're coming back here to be the number one goalkeeper, and I got COVID, come back, so I should have still been the number one, but then unfortunately no one followed through with anything they told me. It was frustrating as well because I turned so many good loans down last summer for that reason, and they wouldn't let me go, so it was frustrating, and to sit there and waste 12 months it's criminal really at my age. I was fuming, but I worked hard off the pitch and on the training pitch to keep improving day in, day out, so I'm really excited to be back here and looking forward to the season with Forest. I didn't really want the manager to come in and be able to see me in training because I knew that he'd probably want to keep me, so I sort of tried to do it all before I left for the season. I'd told all the hierarchy I need to go and play football. I don't want to be here playing second fiddle. And that's how it was planned out, so I was almost gone before the manager came in the door, and I haven't spoke to him since. Steve Cooper come see me. He said one thing to me straight away. He said, look, I don't care what you've done in the game, I don't care this, that and the other. He said, I want you to come and play for me, and I'll back you 110%. And it was probably something I've been crying out for 365 days, so for me it was fantastic to hear that from a manager, to install that trust in me, and I can't wait to repay him.
Dean Henderson there, breaking his silence on his Manchester United exit. Leighton, Dean Henderson attributing the Manchester United treatment to criminal behaviour.
Well, look, the reality is that he no longer trusts the club. Huh? He had an outstanding season, the 2021 season, that was partially impacted by COVID, if you remember. He was really good between the sticks. And obviously, as he mentioned, he was promised the number one jersey. I mean, I don't know how he would have gotten out David De Gea. But
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Did he really think that they would have given him the nudge ahead David De Gea?
The thing is, this is what he said they told him. So if you're at a club, and trust is critical in all of these negotiations, and if they assured him that he would be number one, because you remember that very same year, De Gea wasn't particularly good that year either. So it's not implausible for him to believe that this was a genuine, genuine intent for him to be the number one. So he gets COVID and comes back, and then he finds that everything has changed, which is the business of sport. However, based on what he says, he no longer trusts anything that the club tells him, and I suspect that he's at Nottingham Forest now. Wouldn't be surprised if he wants to stay there for life. I mean, he's still contracted to Manchester United.
Yes.
So, he might want to force a chain up, that end to his contract, that he can join Nottingham Forest or whoever he chooses to join going forward, because clearly it seemed as if he's lost the trust of the club and vice versa. So
Okay, so Erik ten Hag comes in as the new manager. How do you assess how Dean Henderson handled the situation with Erik ten Hag? Do you feel as if he didn't give him a fair chance, because Erik ten Hag, a new manager, would have his new rules and whatnot? Maybe Dean could have just given him a bit of time to see if he would have played him.
Well, look, the last two managers didn't treat him very well.
Okay. So
there's, if putting myself in that situation, I wouldn't trust anybody to come in to want to change that dynamic, because obviously, the last two managers didn't think he was good enough to unseat De Gea. So why would a third manager come in and probably think differently? So I don't think. Putting myself in his shoes, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't want to end up being disappointed again by another promise that was on
Yes.
it's unfortunate, but I think it's the business of football, and I think he's made the right move, and I think eventually, if the circumstances work out to his benefit, he'll not go back to Manchester United.
Right, and you speak about him, sort of like putting Manchester United in the back burner now and moving forward. How will he fit in at Nottingham Forest? Do you think his career will flourish what do you make of a Dean Henderson suiting up for Nottingham Forest?
Listen, he's an outstanding goalkeeper, okay? Nottingham Forest is a pretty solid team. If he shows his true colours there and performs well, I think he has a good future with that club. Or, you know, since he's on loan now, maybe while at Nottingham Forest he'll catch the eye of some other manager and maybe make a move if Nottingham Forest is not willing to sign him long term. I think it gives him a wider variety of options now, which is not what he had at Manchester United, where he's sitting on the bench. And you're sitting on the bench, you want to play, but you can't unseat the hair. You know, you need to go somewhere. I mean, many clubs have players in similar situations where they're sitting on the bench, they want to play, they want to develop, they want to improve, and the only way you can improve is to play.
If you play.
Yeah, so, you know, if he's comfortable at Nottingham Forest and the management there wants him to stay, especially if he's outstanding, because I thought he was a really good keeper at Manchester United. Maybe this is a new start for his career.
Yeah, point taken. No football player wants to sit on the bench. We can only see their skills if they play. Let's take a quick break and come right back.